It's Week 5 of the National Football League, and we'll see Bryce Young. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Panthers and the Bears, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, wild first month of the calendar in the NFL. Had some great games, some finishes that were pretty special, the usual surprises. Now, we hit October, and like you said, this is where the season really gets going.
Yeah, doesn't it just feel like on the NFL calendar, every month kind of has its own vibe, right? It's September, you're just starting to figure out how good you are. You don't even know how good your own team is, let alone the rest of the league. But once the calendar page turns to October, things start to become a little bit more clear. We know the contenders. We know the teams that have a long road ahead of them. These October games go a long way to setting the table come playoff time later in the season.
And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Panthers coming out, and they're led by their quarterback, Bryce Young. Rocky rookie season for the #1 overall pick out of Alabama. But, Greg, here's the guy the Panthers hope can get this franchise going in the right direction.
There's been a lot of talk coming into this week, Mike, about whether or not he'd be able to keep this hot streak going. And while I don't know if he'll be able to produce that absurd stat line like he did a week ago, I think he's more than capable of having another strong outing here in this one. I mean, somehow, if he can replicate last week's success, I think it's pretty safe to say he's got a chance to leave here with another win.
Second down and 8. On play action, Young to the outside. Catch made by Evans. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Evan Byard, the veteran who's broken up a few passes in his day, gets to that one. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Young. That's complete to the rookie from Texas A&M. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young. This one caught left side by Evans. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains. How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
That's caught. It's Evans. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. Back to throw, Young. That is caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Panthers. his 6th touchdown now for the season. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
The kicking team off for the extra point. His kick is good. The Panthers will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Bears come out with their quarterback, Caleb Williams. All of Chicago hoping this is the man who can finally answer that long search for a franchise quarterback for the Bears. He won the Heisman. He's the #1 overall pick in this past year's draft.
And while I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards, if I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Let's go now.
They'll go play action here with Williams. In trouble, and down he goes. That is Zach Sealer getting in there to bring him down. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Check, check, smash, smash, check, Panthers.
On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. That one on target to Moore. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 72 yards. Touchdown, Chicago. Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. It's up and good. And the Bears come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. A safe kick taken at the 5. And they'll get this up past the 20. And that's where they'll set up shop. The Panthers offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
On 2nd down, Young. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. Here's Young. That's to the rookie from South Carolina, Xavier Legette. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Young. Open man downfield is Legette. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
And really nice catch here by Legette, and these are the weapons that they're trying to continue to surround Bryce Young with. He didn't have a lot to work with his rookie year, and now in comes a 1st-round draft pick. Big, physical, great with the ball in his hands, can really go up and compete. It took him a few years at South Carolina to put it all together, With this past season as a senior, second in the SEC in receiving yards with over 1,200. So this is a guy that has big playability, and he's going to be a big part of this Panthers offense going forward.
That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. But a penalty flag is down. Let's see who they got. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. To throw is Young. Now he takes off.
The key to a good quarterback scramble, Mike, is knowing when it's time to go from a thrower to a runner, and that's exactly what we saw here. Doesn't get the first down, but he's able to pick up some really positive yards and then get out of bounds.
A second down throw for Young. And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. What do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
On fourth down, on is Sam Martin to punt. And back deep is Devin Duvernay to return. And that's going to work out well. Out of bounds, and they mark it inside the 5-yard line. The Bears offense ready for their second possession. They'll operate from their own 3-yard line as they try to put something together here on this drive. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a first down with that catch. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. We're back to Soldier Field after this. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Huh.
Now the free agent signee from Philadelphia, it's DeAndre Swift. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
And for the second straight offseason, it's kind of hard to believe Mike Swift kind of finds himself in a new place every year. This time it's with Chicago. Just a year ago, over 1,000 yards rushing, and he's going to be looking to build off that last year's success.
Brought in by the tight end, Cole Kmet. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it, but he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. Down the field, it's DJ Moore. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And here's DJ Moore coming off an impressive first season in Chicago. Saw him set a new career high in catches, yards, and touchdowns. And remember that new rookie quarterback, Caleb Williams, under center. First overall pick, and a big reason they felt they were ready for a rookie quarterback was because of weapons like Moore.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Set.
Another run here, another run by Swift. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes third down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
A play fake. Now Williams. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Derek Brown, former 7th overall selection, gets the sack there. On 4th down, it's Cairo Santos on for the Bears field goal. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. Santos' kick is good. And the Bears will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
The Panthers offense headed back to take over once more. Before this next drive gets started, I want to tell you what's coming up in primetime here in Week 5. First week of October. Starts tonight with Sunday Night Football. Memories of the 70s sure to come to mind as the Cowboys and Steelers meet. It's in Pittsburgh at 8:20 Eastern. Followed tomorrow by Monday Night Football. It's the Saints against the champion Chiefs at Arrowhead. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll put a receiver in motion right. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot. Here's a toss left side. It's Hubbard. Great job by the defense. No cutback lane. No nothing on that one. Out of bounds. A loss of 4 on that play. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Here's the pistol snap to Young. Quick hitting slant there. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down coming up. Here's Young. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. Now Young. That's complete to ETN.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield. It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed.
And he'll take it on in. Xavier Legette, touchdown Carolina.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass, results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Makes the score Panthers 14, Bears 10.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bears offense and DJ Moore heading back onto the field. Trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Toss right side to the tight end, Komet. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Soldier Field. Following this, they'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, here we go. Hunter.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Sack.
Here's Williams. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Panthers offense and Xavier Leggett headed back onto the field. And before this drive gets going, why don't we take a look at some of the leading contenders in the race to see who might take home the award as the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Here we go, sack. 60 Bobcat, 60. Hunt.
Young to throw on 1st down. Going right sideline and complete. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Throwing on 2nd down, Young. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. He's got his man. That's Leggett. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. Now he'll air one out. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Young. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
Going up top. And that is incomplete.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
The Bears offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Throw right side, caught by Odunze. 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings us 2nd and 7.
Throwing is Williams. That's to Odunze again.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can...
That one underthrown and intercepted. Picked off by Michael Jackson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Young. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with a deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again.
He's going to dial up another deep ball to the goal line and in. Xavier Legette, touchdown, Panthers. So that's his 2nd touchdown of this one, and he's got a half dozen for the year.
Mike, I'm not sure how else to put it other than this is just a complete defensive breakdown. I mean, from where this ball was snapped, you simply have to just defend the end zone, and if they throw it short, come up and rally tackle. If they throw it in the end zone, high point the ball and knock it down. You cannot give up 6 points to end this half.
Now the try here for the point after. And the kick is good. So what a finish to this first half as they extend the lead.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Chris Godwin, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. Next, we'll head east. It's on to Cincinnati as we check in on the Bengals at home at Paycor Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Big Derrick Henry with a couple of touchdown runs. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And that one all even in their matchup with the visiting Dolphins. These two teams ready for the second half, and so are we. So let's get you back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bears offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a first down. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go, set.
Williams. That's complete to Moore on the right side. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Williams. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
This is the connection that Bears fans have been dreaming about since these two guys were drafted in this previous spring's draft. I mean, they think they have one of the more formidable young quarterback wide receiver duos in the entire league. Williams, first overall pick. Odunze, number 9. The future looks bright in Chicago.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Whole lot of extra muscle over there on the left side for this 1st and 10. Thrown quickly, that's more on the RPO. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
At the 23-yard line.
Try to throw again. Here's Williams. Right back to Moore, another grab. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. And that'll set up 4th down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense and Bryce Young set for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They face 2nd down and 7. Young. Quick throw here is complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. To throw, Young. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line.
Well, he had such a great first half throwing the football. There's no reason to think, Mike, coming out here for the start of the 3rd, that anything's going to change. He's picked up right where he left off, and the numbers are indicative of just how well he's played.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Young to throw. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
He's going to look for the home run ball. And this will be incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner, The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's all the way down to the 15-yard line.
You certainly can't fault the secondary here. The coverage was almost too good downfield on third down. The quarterback realized quickly there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, decides to become a runner. He's able to pick up the first down and some.
Over the middle, he's got Leggett.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Back to throw, Young. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. Well, guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult.
And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Bryce Young, touchdown Carolina. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
The extra point is up and through. And the Panthers will extend this third quarter lead.
Sam Martin set to kick off.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. Now an opening past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. A throw on the move is caught. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. Toss right side to the tight end, Komet. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. They are cooking to begin this drive. This play going for 30 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 3rd down and 4. He'll get this out wide. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll go again with Swift, and it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd. So the offense finds themselves in a tough situation. They're down by 2 scores late in this game. They know this is a prime opportunity. They need to play for a touchdown. And instead, the defense makes a huge stand, and they got a chance now to close this game out.
Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
There's that man again. Another catch. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a 1st down. Out of the shotgun, Young. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Young. Now a shot here, deep middle. And that is incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the 4th quarter, and that's a gift. And that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line. Terrific day throwing the ball, and the numbers now show it. Over 300 yards passing in this one. A pair of 1st downs gives them 1st and 10, up at the 40. Now Young. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Young. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From the gun, it's Young. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
when you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
From the gun here on third down, it's Young. The pass intended for Xavier Legette. And it's going to lead to fourth down. On now is the punt team for the Panthers, as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 8-yard line.
Off play action. Here's Williams. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame. Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Here we go, Shaq.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That's taken in, and they're going to get the first down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them. Going to look deep, looking for more. He gets free, and he will take this one in. 86 yards. Touchdown, Chicago. So they get the touchdown, and now it is a 9-point game. Greg, you can go for 1 and make it a 1-possession game. Or some people think about going for 2 here. What would you do?
I think I'm going for 2, Mike. Listen, the way you have to look at it is I need a 2-point conversion at some point. But I want to know now, am I down truly 2 scores, or am I able to get it down to 7 and truly make it a 1 score? So I'm going for 2 now, and I want to know what the rest of this game looks like. How many possessions do I need?
So things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. The visitors' offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. Get this drive started on the ground. It's Hubbard. He's got room to the 45. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
On 1st down, it's right back to Hubbard. And just a short gain there, down to the 38. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, they'll use another timeout on this side of it at 1:55. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Young hands it to Hubbard. And now at 1:52, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. On play action, Young. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. To throw is Young. And he's into the end zone yet again. Xavier Legette, touchdown, Panthers. 3 touchdowns in this one. He now has 7 for the year.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Now the try for an extra point. The kick is good. The Panthers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Sam Barton set to kick off.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Gonna look deep, looking for more. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Let's go now.
To throw is Williams. Over the middle, that's Komet. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. That one on target to Moore. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. He'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Williams. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Here we go. This is 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Williams. That's caught. It's the tight end, Komet. And he indeed picks up a Bears first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving. And then some.
Here we go,
He'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Williams to the air once more. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Gonna need a big play now. 3rd down and long. Williams hit, and he loses the football. And fortunately, their center able to rein it in, and they'll retain possession. So this one a win for the visiting Panthers. They continue to be the hottest team in the NFL here in the first couple of months of the season as they remain unbeaten. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.